As the sun sets on Centerville First Presbyterian Church, people are praying inside, lifting up the victims of a heartbreaking sexual abuse case in their county.
I could not believe it. I've got 3 children and 5 grandchildren, and I thought, this is horrible. How could anybody do anything like that?
Lynn Ellinghausen was among the worshipers horrified by this case. Officials say at least 6 children were allegedly drugged and sexually abused in this building in Brent.
It's just absolutely awful. But we've got great law enforcement. We've got a great sheriff. We've got people that are handling this. And we just have to do the best that we can. And remember to pray every day. Pray for these children. Pray for the families. And pray for the horrible people that did this.
Dale Jackson here for Yellow Hammer Now, and you just saw a vigil being held for the victims of the Bibb County sexual abuse. Those allegations about a bunker and an absolutely horrific situation. The Attorney General of this state has already said those individuals should be put to death, and the state should revisit the fact that that is not possible. Now, those reactions are completely reasonable. The reaction by the individuals grieving over this, the reaction of the Attorney General and myself who agree that these individuals should be put to death and there shouldn't even be a question about it. Those are normal reactions. What's not a normal reaction is to try to use it for politics. And we are seeing that on the national and state level here in the great state of Alabama. Scott Jennings calling out members of the CNN panel for saying things that they don't really believe about sexual abuse. Why? So they can say Donald Trump might be a sexual predator, a pedophile, and they want to use that for their political gain, even though they don't believe it.
Democrats are alleging that he is somehow part of Epstein's wrongdoing. It's been happening all day long. This is the whole point of this fiasco, is to try to create a narrative and what he calls correctly a hoax, that he is somehow part of it. It's exactly what they did about Russia, and they're doing it on Epstein. And that comment and what you just said are 2 different things. So if you're alleging criminality, go ahead, say it directly. Say it so we can all hear it.
I am asking you a question that you are pivoting on. The question I am asking you is, if Donald Trump knew that Epstein was having sex and preying on underage girls, is that wrongdoing?
Well, I think if anyone would have known that, but I don't know that he knew that because he disowned it. But you're raising it. If I knew that you ran over someone out on the street, would that be criminal wrongdoing? You're raising it because you don't know if it's true, but you're saying it out loud because you're trying to create. You're feeding the narrative. No, I'm saying it out loud because I think that's what a lot of people are wondering, because he does. The man does protest. This is what we say when Anna's wondering.
All right,
inside the state of Alabama, we have vile monsters as well. One of them is named Mallory Hagan. Believe it or not, she used to be a Miss America. I know. I'm shocked about that too. But she has some thoughts about this, and it's not about the children. It's about people who voted for Donald Trump and who think that the people who did this to these children should be punished. You see, that's not good enough. You need to change your entire political philosophy if you're going to agree with her. Agreeing that terrible things should happen to these people, that's not good enough. And in fact, she's advocating for their protection.
I'm about to say something that's going to piss a lot of folks off. And if it makes you mad, if it pisses you off, I think you should really look inside yourself and consider why. If you still support Donald Trump, do not fix your mouth to talk about those babies in Bibb County. If you live in Alabama and you voted for Donald Trump, I better not see your ass comment, say anything. Nothing. Because the cognitive dissonance is outrageous around here. How is it that you can find empathy in your heart and call for the death penalty for people who have clearly committed outrageous crimes, but you can't see that same quality in the man that you have thrice probably voted for? So, if you still support Donald Trump, shut your mouth. Shut your mouth talking about any form of CSA.
Make no mistake about it, Mallory Hagan's problem here is the death penalty. I mean, that's really what it is. She's cloaking it in concern for children, but that's not what this is really all about. The children barely even come up. It's about the death penalty. She doesn't want to see it carried out. She's protecting monsters. And then she's trying to hide that under the premise that she's actually going after Donald Trump because she's a big, strong, tough woman. Just listen to her crumble as people criticize her as she rushes back to the internet to state her horrible case.
I keep getting comments like this on my last video, drawing the parallel between what happened in Bibb County and who Donald Trump is. There's a million MAGA Trump supporters in my comments going, I can't believe you would make this about Trump. Only an idiot would make this about Trump. This isn't about Trump. He's the only person who's actually done anything. And to be clear, you're right. Scumbags are abusing children, and that is horrific. And those of us who are calling for the release of the Epstein files don't care who's in them. And that's the difference. I don't care if Bill Clinton is in them or Joe Biden. I don't care what person is in the files. I want to know, and I want them held accountable. And I want you to come closer when I say what I'm about to say. The only difference in what happened in Bibb County and what Donald Trump has done to young women and girls is that Donald Trump did it with more money and in nicer places. He is an abuser. He has repeatedly expressed with his own mouth that he is an abuser. And you all are so void of morals and character and integrity and any sense of Christian values that you keep voting for him. You keep supporting him. You keep supporting a man who's a predator and an abuser, even though he wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire.
Now, you kind of pity Mallory Hagan. Her life did not turn out the way she wanted it to, and here she is grasping at relevance, and she's trying to figure out a way to be that person that people will go to in the state of Alabama when they need something ridiculous said along the scales of a Yasmin Crockett or an Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Unfortunately for Hagan, she tried to go their path, and she failed at every opportunity. She ran for the legislature, but that was only after losing a run for Congress. There is no path to success for Mallory Hagan down this path. So it is going to be outrageous thing after outrageous thing being said with little or no substance. She will not tolerate pushback because she can't deal with it. It is unfortunate for her because if she actually believed the things she was saying, which she doesn't, by the way, and just make sure you understand all of this. The people doing this whole Donald Trump's a pedophile thing, they don't believe it. If they did, they would have been outspoken for years, not just now when they think they've got a political cudgel to wield. So don't think for a second that Mallory Hagan believes what she's saying. And if she did, she would go on shows like mine, trying to make me and my audience understand. But she can't do that because she is weak and at her core, not very smart. It's unfortunate for her, but this is her life. It's not the life she ever wanted, but this is the life she deserves.